Hello everyone, I'm back to show you another journal that I've just completed. This will be leaving for its new home tomorrow, so it is spoken for. It is all about poppies, and I have used 4 different kits in this journal, one being Artie Mae's Radiant Poppies, Allegra Digital, Elsie Bell's Bookshelf, and Creative Muse Digitals. And I will list all of those below, and I'm going to try to get through this a little faster than I normally do. I won't, you can look up all the digitals and all of the, go to their shops as I've listed them. I've used the ribbon as a closure and eyelets. This is a 6 by 9 inch journal, a 2-inch spine, and on the back I have decoupaged napkins that are poppies, of course, and I've just left the cream colored cardstock plain. This is an acetate window that I have made those are Artie Mae's poppies, and there's a little butterfly in there. It's 3-dimensional, that the butterflies that I make. This is gifted lace that I have here, and the polka dot is a paper pack that I have from Graphics 45, and I have used that throughout the journal that you will see. We'll go inside, and I've got This Book Belongs To, that's an Artie Mae's gifted tag. This is I put a little clock in here, and lined, as all of my tags and journal cards I normally line. So this is the Mini 8 punch that I've used here, a Martha Stewart punch here with the flat back gems. And this is a paper pad that I have in my stash. I've had it for quite a while, so that is what I've used for the backing there. This is a pocket here on the watch in the digital here. This is one of the Allegra digitals. I have put the glossy accents to make it look like glass, the glass on the watch, the pocket watch. And you will see stickles throughout the book. Here's another pocket here. I have not filled all of these pockets because everything is so full of things that it was just getting too fat. So that's the new owner can add things and papers that she wants to there too. I've used a Tim Holtz stencil, and the polka dot one, I don't remember what stencil that is, but it's a stencil that I have, but the flowers, the Tim Holtz. I've used lace that was gifted to me. I've added flat back gems. Here's another pocket. This is Radiant Poppies with Artie Mae's kit. And here is another pocket that I've made into a window with acetate. Pull that out, and it becomes a journaling card with writing on the back. I've trimmed it in gifted trim, and I've backed this as part of the Artie Mae's kit that I've backed that with, and then so that when you take it out, it still has interest there. And here is some trim from Hobby Lobby that I had, that I've trimmed that window, the acetate window in. Here are more pockets. I've printed the pages twice in a lot of these so that I could do the pockets to match the background page. And that's what I've done here. I've added stickles, and there is an Artie Mae's tag. I've added the ribbon, of course, for the bow. Martha Stewart punch, more stenciling, and here's more. Most of the pages are stenciled. Here's another little pocket that I've added from one of the pages, and another. This one is from Artie Mae's new kit, vintage oh, I can't think of it. I cannot think of it, but I'll list it below. So, and it's a wonderful kit, so you will want to check that out. Here's another journaling card. I've added lace here. This is the one of the Elsie Bell's bookshelf. Blue Poppy Morning is the name of that. Here is I've added a flower with some cheesecloth behind it. This is a Michael's flower. And here is, I took a piece of one of the pages, then I cut out a piece here and that matched with the poppies and sewn around it, added flat back gems, and then I glued that to the pocket and just gave it a little more interest. And there's another journaling card. And this is vintage, from a vintage book I have, Songbook, that the music sheet. There's another journaling card, and there's the other side of that page with the pocket. Added lace there, more stenciling. And this, I love this. She always had to, I cannot remember what that says. She always had to stop for roadside poppies. I love that. That is one of Artie Mays' cards. And that I made a pocket out of it. And there's two more cards. And then here's that same card. She always had to stop for roadside poppies. And I made a journaling card out of that. Then I stenciled, added some lace here. Did some decoupage with a napkin on the doily. And this is another pocket here. And here is this is one of the, from one of the kits. And I fussy cut the flower. I did some heat embossing around in gold. Added lace to the belly band with that Graphics 45 paper. And there is another journaling or tag. And then I decoupaged some flowers here just to give it some more of the blue. She wanted deep blue and reds were her favorite colors, so I tried to take those two colors and add the rest to get what she wanted in the book. And here is another little journaling card. And I made, this is out of one of the Artie Mays papers, and I cut the horseshoe out with the poppies around it, fussy cut, and one of the pages, and made it a pocket. And then I made a little file folder there. And here I did the same thing with the glossy accents with the pocket watch here. And I added some stickles. Then there's another one of those vintage tags. And here is an envelope that I made from, this is paper from one of the kits. And I just made the flap of the envelope and you can open that up. And this is that paper that the Graphics 45. I did some stenciling on the other side of the envelope. I cut this. This is actually a doily die that I have. And I cut that out. And inside the pocket is a little card, journaling card. I've sewn around that pocket and put a little circle there and added a flower that I made. And this is, I believe, one of G. Kerr's little ephemera pieces. She has some wonderful ephemera sheets. And here's the acetate with that's been printed on. Here's a strip of lace that I've made into a pocket, added a flower. Here is another journaling card. There is a journaling card. This is Calico Collage, I believe. And there is another card, or tag. I always call those cards and they're tags. More stenciling. Then this is the center of the first signature, and I've left that plain so she can add writing or pictures or whatever she chooses to add there. And here's another space for writing. I've added trim lace, and the other side of the printed, can't think of what that is. You know what it is. And here is another one of the pages from Artie Mays, and I made it into a pocket. And there's the mini 8. I've done a 3.5 inch and a 3-inch square and made double pockets. I added a little 3-dimensional butterfly and added some lace, and so there's a little pocket with a little card in it, and here is a tag that has "She always had to stop" for roadside poppies. Here's the other side to that file folder, and this is the Tim Holtz punch that has all the little spaces in it. I can't think of what that's called, but there's the tickets that I've added to all of that, and I won't take all of those out, but they're all tickets by Artie Mays other than this one, and this is from one of the other kits, and I believe that was from Allegra Digitals. And then here's another little tag, and here is a page that I've made into a pocket, and there is a journaling card that was from one of the pages that I've made there, and I trimmed it in lace, of course, so it's easier to grab out, and it looks better when it sticks out of the pocket. Here's one of the Artie Mays pockets. I've added lace to it. Here is a journaling or a tag. I've stenciled, added lace at the top, more decoupage doily, and on the other side I decoupaged that. Here's another one of those back pages and a pocket. Another pocket with a journaling card in it. And I have done a lot of, I've kind of put brushed ink on there, on the pages to give it the dark blue look. And then I decoupaged a napkin onto the music page. Here's another little pocket, and there's a ticket, and this pocket pulls out there with another tag that I've added trim to. That is some trim that was gifted to me, some vintage trim. And I've made a pocket out of this tag, and then there's the paper again, and I embossed, heat embossed with gold, the dragonfly, because she likes dragonflies. I've added the gems and lace, and there's another ticket. Goes into that pocket. And here's another pocket here. And this is one of the journaling cards that I've made into a pocket and added lace to this journaling card to put in that pocket. And this is a double pocket with another journaling card there. And more stenciling on the background. Here's another tag. And this is a larger tag of one that you saw earlier. There's 2 sizes. That's Artie Mays. Here's a little piece of that paper that I've added lace to and made a pocket. Done some stenciling with the polka dots there. And here is another pocket that I've made, a double pocket. Actually, this is a pocket, and then this is a pocket. And there's a journaling card there. And here is a calico collage piece of ephemera, a bird. I thought that went well into this pocket, and that's a journaling card that I made into a pocket. And I added a piece of lace and inked the paper. Here's another page that I've made into a pocket, and there is a a journaling card or a tag. That's an Artie Mays. Added the bow, of course. And here's a little envelope. I took gold elastic, and made the closure here. Did a little circle, put a little gem there, and added some stickles. And this stretches out, so it's easy to get around the circle. And I made a pocket, added the lace, and did the Martha Stewart punch there. And there is a journaling card that fits right into the pocket. I've sewn around it. And then just put that around the little circle. Well, it does go, but it's kind of hard to do it upside down. There it is. And then I've added lace top and bottom. This is vintage lace that was gifted to me, and a little piece of gold there. And here's a pocket also under the envelope. Here's another pocket here and a pocket here. That's the end of the first signature. I added lace in the center for interest. And here's another pocket with a journaling card that I made into a pocket. And there is another card that fits in that pocket. And of course there's that one. And here's another pocket. I love this. This is what's on the front of the book here. The same image. And so I took those poppies and put it in the acetate on the front. And then here is another journaling card that I've made into I made a journaling card out of a page and added lace. It's that in there. And here's another one that I printed out twice, tore the page and made it into a pocket. Here's one of those little clocks with some, this is seam binding, just a little piece that I had, a little scrap, and added stickles and some lace. And there's the pocket for that tag, or the tag for that pocket. There's another pocket there. And of course, this one is not a pocket. I just made that a page to back, and you'll see why here in just a moment. This says Cherish Today. That's another, I believe that's one of the G. Kerr tags. And I put lace behind it and added the flat back gems. There's a little journaling card. I put glossy accents inside the little tiny pair of glasses there. I'm not sure if you can see that in the camera, but it does look like there's glass. Then here's one of my acetate windows that I've cut out in an oval. I've added lace here, and this is more of the coordinating Graphics 45 paper. And on the other side, then, on this side you see this page underneath, and then when you turn it, you see the books and the glasses and all of that in the window. And then here's a pocket, and here's another. I've taken part of a page and made a pocket, did the punch with Martha Stewart. And here's a tag. I've added glossy accents on the glasses again to make the eyeglass part look like glass. And there's one of the vintage tags from Andrea's new kit. Here is a page that I have. There's the books with the inkwell, and I added for the feather pen a real feather. So that's an actual feather here that is fit right inside that little inkwell or bottle of ink. And then I've added stickles. That's a pocket. Here is a tuck spot that I've made. I put some cloth behind that and raveled it, and that's not a pocket or anything. It's just there for show and to add to the tuck spot. And there's another one of those tags, and added a bow there. Here is the music sheet, and here is a flower that I've stamped and embossed in gold. And that's a page she can write on, and it has the polka dots there. And here's another page that I've made into a pocket. I love that page. That one I believe is the Allegra Digitals. And I made that into a journaling card. And then I've decoupaged that napkin, or that doily, the napkin onto the doily. And here's more of the decoupage napkin. And there is another journaling card that fits into that pocket, which is part of a page. And I liked that little teacup, so with the poppy in it, and I tore around it and made it into a pocket. And here's another. This was just a piece of scrap that I had from one of the pages, and I liked it, didn't want it to go to waste, so I made that little piece, added some lace and a little gem, and then cut this. This is one of the pages from Andrea's kit, Radiant Poppies, and so I cut that to make it a tuck spot, added gems. Here's another one of her tags from the vintage kit, and this is from the Papered Soul. I think I've had a couple of those on there. The seam binding, I love using that for tags and that. It just, I think, adds to it so much, the crinkle look. And Laura sells that in her shop, the Papered Soul, and she it's already crinkled when you get it. And here is another page, vellum page that I have printed. And here's another, this is from the vintage kit, the pocket. And then I've, because it had the blue on it that I needed in this book. And so here's another tag from the Radiant Poppies. And there's some stenciling behind that pocket. Here is another piece of lace that I've added a flower to, and a flat back gem. And here is a little, oh, I can't think, a sheer little bag, and I put one of the journal, or a piece of the paper, one of the journaling cards here, one of the pages, and I glued that to the back of this little bag and made it a pocket so that when you see through it, when I take everything out, it still has some interest instead of just the plain page. And then here's another little journaling card that I put in there. You can see right through that page. And then I made the back part of this a pocket for another tag. And then I added some gifted lace here. That is vintage lace that was gifted to me. And here's another vellum acetate window. That's with the books and the ink, bottle of ink and inkwell and the feathered pen there, and the little glasses with the glossy accents, and that's actually on this journaling card that I made from one of the pages. And then I put in the back so that when you take it out, it'll have some interest to it. And another picture, and those are poppies from one of the kits. I added lace to that, so it would, if it sticks out, it'll be pretty when it sticks out. And here are another couple tags. This is from the Allegra book, and here is, I've added a feather to this inkwell here also, and with the books. This is the second signature, the middle. I've left it plain, but added lace on the sides. Here is one of the Tim Holtz dies that I have, and I cut that out with my Cuttlebug, and I tipped it in gold heat embossing. And then here's another, I made a pocket from the polka dot paper from Graphic 45. And then here is a little envelope. And it actually has something in it, and it is addressed to someone. And put a little stamp on it. And here's a little tiny pocket here. I've added some trim that I had. And there's a postcard, and there's another journaling card that fits right inside there. And then, if I can get that back in, I have another pocket here. This one is a pocket on the side. I've added a little piece of fabric that I had. I zigzagged in the blue across the fabric, added it down there, took another little piece of that fabric and made a tag for this journaling card. And there's a pocket there. And then beside, at the top, I've made a pocket there for that little card, and this has some little eyelash trim, and Laura from the Papered Soul gifted that to me. And here is another tag. There's that paper again from Graphics 45. I made a little square, added it here, and made a third pocket with one of the little journaling tags. And then here is another tag. I've made a kind of a, it's not a belly band, it almost looks like one, but I've made a pocket, added this journaling card here. Here's a Tim Holtz wildflower that I have the die for that. Added the little gem there. And then here is another journaling tag, and set that right in there. I added lace behind there. Here's the other side of that vellum. Here's another, this is a pocket. It's an empty envelope. I won't take that off, but there's a journaling card. I've stenciled on the page and left it plain. This will come completely off, and she can put things in the envelope. I've left that empty, but that's one of Andrea's envelopes. And on the other side, it's a place to write, and I've inked it up a little bit to match the blue in the envelope. Here's another doily that's been decoupaged. You can write on the back of that doily. Here's another page that I used the paper punch on and added gems. There is another journaling card. And here I've added this. I had this little strip here, and I just added it for interest. And there's another one of Andrea's pockets. And here's a journaling card. And here is a flower that I've added, made into a journaling card. That is from Calico Collage, one of her kits. And that fits right in there. I like those flowers when they tuck inside the pocket behind things. It just, I think it looks pretty having the flowers peeking out. And then here is another page that, it was a page with a doily image on it, and so I cut around the doily and added some stickles and made it a pocket onto the vintage song sheet. And here is another tag. And this, I have printed this image onto muslin. And I've made that, printed it on the cloth, and then you can lift it up and have a kind of a private place to write there. And that kind of hides it and goes down. I've added a little trim up there to give it some interest. And here is another punch that I have, a Martha Stewart punch, and that can be a tuck spot if she wants it for one, or it can just be interest, and that's part of a page there that I've torn and made into a pocket and a tuck spot. And here is that page again. She always had to stop at the roadside for poppies, for roadside poppies. And that page, there's lines on it, so she can write a little bit there, and that's a pocket. Here's another pocket, and I thought this was fun. It's a page with a kind of a vintage typewriter on it. And this also is a pocket that I need to add something in there. And there's another tag, and here is a little flower that it's a die that I have, and I just made the little center of the flower and made it into a pocket for one of the tickets. And then I added lace up here. And then here's another side of a page that I cut, and I added a journaling card here, sewn around both of them, added a flower that I made here from that same die, and put some cheesecloth behind it, made a tuck spot. I just glued just partially there so it could tuck under there. And there's another journaling tag, and that just fits right in there. And then here's another pocket with that little teacup, and that has a little bit of a different flower, I believe, on that one. And there is the journaling card there. I added lace behind that for a little bit of interest. And then here's another, oh, I guess that's the last page there, sorry. And then here's another page that I made a double pocket, one here and one here, that she can add papers or whatever. But it's kind of a blind pocket there. And there's another pocket there. And this is the last page of the book. This is one of Andrea's envelopes that I have put the letter that I add into all of my journals, telling a little bit. That was inspired by Jib and Neary and Kelly Watson. And then I have my own little message in there also. So I always put those in the book. I signed the book, and here is the Martha Stewart punch again. And that concludes this book, and it will be leaving tomorrow, as I said. I thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. Put a like on it. And I will be doing another journal. I'm working on one that I hope to be finished soon. So I will be back with another flip through. Thank you so much for taking time. I thank you for all your wonderful comments. I also thank you for being patient that I haven't been here the last couple of weeks. I had a little catastrophe with my computer. It crashed completely. I don't think I said that at the beginning, and so it took me a couple of weeks to get everything straightened around. I lost everything and still didn't get some back, but I just keep telling myself 100 years from now, no one will know who all those people were in those pictures anyway, so that kind of keeps me sane with it, so I don't feel quite so bad about losing all my pictures. But anyway, here is the end of this, and I will be back soon with my next journal. Thank you.